This is your before and after story. Southeastern College can help you prepare for a secure and fulfilling career in the growing healthcare field. We offer a wide range of careers to choose from, so whether you want to be a medical assistant, medical billing and coding specialist, nurse, surgical technologist, or another healthcare career, we've got you covered. Become a vital part of a healthcare team and make a real difference. Southeastern College, your future is bright. Visit sec.edu to get started.
Clear on just making sure we're really aware of who it is we're trying to speak to in our business. And I cannot tell you how important this is. Now, I don't know if you guys have done the ideal customer avatar exercise before, but I'll tell you this. This is really, really important. I'm going to take it to a different level, right? Here's the thing. When we think about our ideal client, even if you think you know, I want you to come at it from an angle of like really being in their shoes and their mindset. And the reason why this is super important to know this person that you are selling to deeply is because you need to meet them where they are and speak to their exact pain point and draw them into you. And the online business space is so concentrated. This space is so competitive, which is something I did not understand before. And it can be whether some of you guys are in MLM, some of you guys are in products, some of you are in services. So we've got a really healthy mix. And so we're going to go through kind of the generic, I'll say, like target customer type exercise, but I'm going to add a lot more flavor and color to it in my own way that I think will really separate this exercise from anything you've done in the past. So if you've done it, I'm going to do it again because I need to make sure that everybody here is crystal clear on this, because everything we do for the rest of the week is going to be directly tied back to exactly how we show up for that ideal customer. Okay, so I did create a little worksheet. It is in the Facebook group for those of you that are interested. Before we kind of dive into it, I want to make sure that you guys feel accountability. And I know so much of group coaching or coaching one-on-one, it's like what we really need is we need a little bit of structure, and we need people making sure we're doing what we're supposed to do. So this is not at all going to be, these are not intense exercises, but they're meaningful. So I want to make sure that you're doing them. And I promise you're going to grow after doing every single one of these things. It's not just to check a box. So we're going to dive in. So here's the thing. We need to be clear about who it is we're speaking with. And I want to spend time on this because even if you kind of know, I want to make sure you really know. And I want to make sure you feel the person's feelings from the inside out. I want you serving your customers from the inside out, not from the outside in. So not the cookie cutter approach. It's going to be your way, your strategy, your story, your messaging, your events, everything tailored to you. And so that's going to look different for every single one of us, even if we're all in the same, let's say MLM. I'm just saying, for example, right? Like your story and your approach is going to be completely different than somebody else. It's just, that is the beauty of your business. That's the essence of your business. So I want to lean into that fully. Okay. So I really struggled with this personally. So if you guys are struggling with this, like who exactly is my person? This is your time and space. It took me months, you guys, months to figure out who is my exact person that I am trying to reach. And the reason why I think that was so challenging is because, you don't want to like leave anything on the table. You don't want to, you feel like, well, but I can serve this person and I can serve. And I personally didn't want to make it like niche down too much where I have such a small group that I'm targeting. So the thing about that is by serving everyone or attempting to serve everyone, you're going to serve no one. So I bring that out because I want you guys, what I see with my clients over and over and over again, you all have your unique story. And I think what's hard about doing this exercise is it's like we're trying to fit ourselves in this box and we never fit. And it's very frustrating. And the reason why I want you to really think about your story is because I'm giving you permission to embrace your story. Your unique journey is what makes the entire essence of your business. Like, that is the beauty, the fact that your story is uniquely different from the person next to you. Even if I handed you all the same exact product to sell, your story and your journey, your mess becomes your message. You guys have heard that. It truly is the most powerful part of how you're going to sell and reach this ideal customer. So I really think that that's important for us to lean into. So I want you to really draw on your own self and your story and what makes you unique. So I'm just setting the stage, because even if you've been through this cookie cutter exercise of who and how I serve and all of that, I want you, I'm giving you permission, and I want to push you to really think about how you show up uniquely for this person, and why is it that person? Why is it? It's because you can reach them. You had pain, or you had an experience that makes you be able to speak directly to their pain in a way no one else can. So I kind of had to learn this the hard way, and you guys probably out there already know this, but especially as women, attraction marketing, right? That's the way. So what is attraction marketing? It's basically getting people roped into your story and to feel your energy and to connect. It's all about connection. It's drawing them to you. It's not the hard sell. Let me DM you. Here's the best deal. Here's my promo for the month. Women don't respond in that way. And if you've been out there, I guarantee you've tried it, and it probably hasn't been super successful. I think even if it's in a construct, even if you're in a set, MLM type, whatever, that's great. But you still, like, the thing that is going to blow up your business is when you show up authentically, included. But as women, we're so powerful. I had this epiphany when I was building my business. I actually think we are so powerful, you guys, that we are afraid of our power. And you know what we do? Instead of it leaning into our power, we start making ourselves small. And I'm guilty of this. I'm speaking for myself. So I'm bringing this up about your uniqueness.
That's true.
Because this understanding that you are uniquely positioned to sell your business and to make it your own is so important. This is the cornerstone of your business, and it's going to inform how you show up. Who are you targeting? How are you showing up? How are you serving them in your most brilliant, authentic way that brings you to the highest and best? And leaning into that messy story that sounds confusing. The thing with coaching that I realized too is all of us struggle to put together the story. So you cannot see the label of the box from the inside, right? And so where the coaching and the group and the community and the support and all of that comes in is that I like my zone of genius, I'll say, right, is where I will sit there and I listen to you and I listen to your story and I want to hear your vision for your business. And I'm able to go, oh, what you think are all these messes of crumbles on the floor, it actually, if we pull it all together, we're going to make this really amazing dish. And it's like, it like unlocks your genius. It unlocks your digital strategy, your empire. And so I think just starting from the inside, and when we sell as women from the inside out, we are unstoppable because our passion it just comes out of us. It pours out of us. Our passion, our intention, our ability to communicate and speak directly to our customer in a way that nobody else has been able to. When you show up as your most authentic self and you finally give yourself permission to reinvent the business in a way that is really the best for you, then you're able to serve on such a deeper level that nobody else can replicate, because it's only your story and it's from your unique, authentic internal space and your power. Taking this crazy, massive, authentic action where you're actually like, you have the fire in your belly and you're actually really excited. That is the plane and the playing field that I want you guys all operating on. Like, if you are not taking massive, scary action, at least, I'll say at least once a week in your business, you're doing it wrong, 100% wrong. You are not doing it. What I see as a theme is that so many of us have built pretty decent businesses or have a pretty good idea, but where we're not really thriving is that we're not getting in enough attention, enough customers, enough revenue. So some of us, we're in different places in our journey, but here's the thing that clicked for me. What I realized is that posting on Instagram, showing up in Facebook, those things alone were not enough. They were okay.
Right.
They were fine. They weren't terrible, but they weren't fabulous. Game changers were things where I could reach outside of my screen and grab you into my world through attraction marketing and get you to see me on a camera and feel my energy or listen to me on Clubhouse or, and really, really connect. Mm-hmm. So I am going to take you guys, we're going to transform you away from passive social media marketing, and we are going to rework your business from the inside out and get you, I'm going to push you outside of your comfort zone, and you are going to transform in doing this. And we're doing it all together, every one of us. And so you guys, I feel like we've already made quite a bit of progress. I think that now, for those of you who haven't met me, maybe you'll understand that I'm not your average coach, because I do my coaching business from the inside out. I speak from the heart. I wanted to talk to you about, number one, giving you permission to write your business, create a business that you love, that uniquely fits you and your story. That's one. I want to encourage you to step into your power from the inside out, to the point where it actually gives you a pit in your stomach and you're actually kind of afraid. That's when you're starting to grow and move in the right direction. So permission to create a business that's authentically you, embraces your story. And by the way, if you're struggling to put together your game plan for your business, I want you to leave here feeling clear and confident about how you show up to your ideal customer. So is there any other comments or questions, logistics, anything I've covered? I'm going to try and keep us on time. So I'm going to just keep it going. We've got another 25 minutes. Any other comments about what we've talked about so far? Or questions?
Just to reiterate, it starts as fear and it ends up liberating and it ends up exciting. And it was like a little microcosm of that just happened. So I encourage you to take Kimberly's advice.
Yeah. And I know that I probably talked about it on a podcast, but it's funny because as adults, we shy away from growth because if it feels uncomfortable, we shut down. By the way, I did a lot of studying on the neuro-linguistics programming and like the mind. There's an actual, and maybe there's some more folks here that know even more about the science. I actually did the research and have all the bullets and research that I explained in a past course of mine that was all about mindset. There is an actual physical reason why when we are adults, it's actually around age 21, where our synapses were not as flexible in our brain, okay? And I'm not a scientist, so you guys can go to the Google and really look this up. But I've listened to some great resources out there. And I didn't understand before that there is an actual physical change that happens to us when we hit about age 21, where our brain starts to be less flexible. And what that means is that we have to, like the lift to change, it's a much heavier lift for us to evoke change, because what happens is our brain is set up in such a way where we are trying to survive and we're trying to be the most efficient as possible. So we want to do autopilot. We want to do comfortable. We don't want to do fight or flight. We don't want to do new. We don't want to do scary. We want to do safe, cozy. So it takes real intention. And I go really deep into this into my course. So I'm just going to give you the idea of it. because I could literally talk to you guys about this for 3 hours. So we have to be very aware that that is what's happening. When we feel like we're doing something so scary that we actually just want to stop and go back, like quit our business and then go back to our other old, cozy, comfortable, safe zone, that means that you're growing.
Right.
And when we were kids, do you guys remember you had growing pains, like physical? Like I remember I'm very tall, by the way. So like my legs, like they would hurt in a very deep ache, growing pains. As adults, when there's any kind of growing pain, we just stop. We shut down and we shut it down. I find comfort in group coaching or like any group comfortable setting, is because when you embark on this journey, it can be very isolating and very lonely.
Right.
And it's just really hard. It's really genuinely difficult. You're on so many levels, and it's so much easier to quit. And the reason why it was so important for us to get in this setting is to know that you're not alone. We see you. You're important. Your goals matter. And by the way, we're going to hold you accountable now. So there's no turning back. So as we look at our ideal client, I think some of the big things to pay attention to is making sure that before you even think about how you're going to serve, who you're serving, how you're serving, giving yourself that, one, embracing your story, two, committing to showing up authentically you. There's nobody else you can be, and there's no one else you should be. You are exactly perfect, exactly as you are, everywhere you go.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like in this world of online, we are just inundated with this success and that success, and everybody, this one won an award and this one's so amazing and they have 10,000 million followers and she has the abs and, and they're a millionaire, and it's like endless FOMO and like comparison, and it's just not productive. So I encourage you guys to be happy for the other people, but don't compare yourself. Okay, I had another epiphany I want to share with you guys. And this sounds cheesy, but I swear to God, this was the exact experience. During quarantine, I was on a walk in my neighborhood and I was struggling. And I remember I literally stopped dead in my tracks, and I looked at this garden, and I don't know why I did this, but I remember distinctly, I looked at this beautiful house and their landscaping, and I just noticed, I'm like, there's all these different flowers. There's some succulents, there's some roses, there's this tall looking thing that I don't know the name of. They're purple, it's yellow, and I'm going, this is so interesting. This all together is good, but I find myself, I'm drawn to this beautiful rose. Like I'm more classic, And I just thought, they all exist next to each other. The flower doesn't look to the left or the right and say, I'm in too big of a garden and therefore I shouldn't bloom because there's all these other beautiful things going on. That's ridiculous. You just bloom. It just blooms, right? So I thought that was such an amazing metaphor for our businesses, because if we just bloom without being worried about what's next to us, look, you can look and see what a wonderful business, what a powerful woman, great successes. You can see it and that's fine, but that doesn't mean that you should not bloom yourself. And in blooming your biggest, most authentic version of your people will be naturally drawn to your type of flower and your color. It just happens. You don't even have to do anything else, but just bloom. And I swear that was such a game changer for me. So the reason why I wanted to talk about kind of you guys embracing your power and your story and your authentic self is because that is the number one way that you are going to reach your people, is by speaking your truth and showing up as authentic as you can.
All right, that is it for today. Now, as you know, some of our best conversations actually happen after the show. So I want you to find me on Instagram at Kimberly Lovey and let me know your thoughts about today's show. You can screenshot this episode and let us know what your biggest takeaway was and tag me at Kimberly Lovey and we can share it on our stories. I will see you again, same time, same place next week.